Arthur. Dear, I thought we could have another little talk.
Won't do you any good. I told you I'm not leaving here.
I wanted you to meet a friend of mine. He happened to be in the neighborhood. This is Arthur.
Hi.
How do you do, my dear? I'm so glad to know you.
You an angel, too?
Of course.
He's awful fat for an angel.
Angels, like shoes, come in all sizes.
Well, glad to have met you. Goodbye.
Stubborn, inconsiderate little wraith.
Charles, you must control your temper. And you were sarcastic with her before. That's far from angelic.
But she's been acting like this for years. Complete insubordination.
Oh.
Well, just don't stand there, Arthur. You promised to help me. Do something. Talk to her.
I will. But first I want to be sure I have my facts straight. This cherub is the unborn child of the couple who live here.
Correct.
How long has she been waiting for birth?
Approximately 7 years.
And you think the situation is hopeless?
Completely. When she picked this couple as prospective parents, she selected two of the most selfish people it has ever been my displeasure to know. Of course, I mean selfish in the true sense. Oh, they're only too willing to help others as long as it costs only money. As for sharing time, sympathy, and happiness with anyone other than themselves, they are miserly. Somebody has a strange conception of angels. Oh, dear.
You said, I believe, they were of the theater. Successful?
Eminently. About 8 years ago, he directed a play which received great acclaim. Devotees of the theater called him the genius, miracle man, boy wonder, and all the other superlatives which they continually bestow upon mere adequacy. She acted in the play. They met. He fell in love with himself. She fell in love with herself. And they were married. Since then, they've always been a team. He producing and directing the plays, and she acting in them. They consider their work in the theater of importance equal only to cancer research.
Well, tell me, are they satisfied with their marriage?
Well, that's what they tell each other, but they're gradually forgetting the meaning of the word.
Oh.
They're beginning to get on each other's nerves because they have no interests outside their individual careers. The marriage can't last much longer. It's a shame, too. Fundamentally, they're worthwhile. To have the child, of course, would be the salvation of the marriage, but that will never happen because they've come to the sophisticated and idiotic conclusion that they owe themselves completely to the theater. If they would only realize. Have you changed your mind? Are you coming with me?
Nope. I'm going to stay right here. Did you say your name was Arthur?
Mm-hmm.
And you're Charles?
Yes.
Who ever heard of angels with names like Charles and Arthur? I've heard of Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Azrael.
A higher echelon.
But not any Charleses and Arthurs.
There are many things you haven't heard of.
You're such a young soul. No one expects you to. Why don't you come over and sit down? Let's have a little chat. I'm not going to hurt you, dear. I'm here to help you. That's better. My, you're a lovely soul. A treasure. You'll grace, beautify, bring joy to any home. But I'm afraid not this one. No chance for you here.
Why not?
Well, simply because these two don't want children.
But if I got born, they might change their minds. You see, I don't want it just for myself. They need me. They need something to hold them together. Something that belongs to both of them. Something to have fun with and fuss over. And get mad at, too.
Yes, that's undoubtedly true. But first, you've got to be born.
Well, that's what I've been waiting for. Why don't I get born?
Well, you see, you... How do you think we'd better proceed?
I suggest changing the subject.
Well, now, dear, let's be practical. Do you think these people are worth all this trouble and waiting?
Oh, yes. Down deep, they're really wonderful. I've known them for a long time. I was at their wedding. Oh, you should have been there. They were so happy and gay and full of life. I made up my mind right then. I wanted them for my parents.
But your just wanting them isn't enough. They've got to want you. And that brings up another question. You're not getting any younger, you know. If you hang around here much longer, and if you ever do get born, you'll be an old woman.
Mentally, that is.
You'll be born one of those frightening child prodigies. Old soul, infant body. Be playing Chopin masterfully at 3, composing at 4, reciting the Old Testament in Hebraic at 5, and doing murals at 6. Now, if that's what you want, if you want to be born one of those, all well and good, you just go right ahead, stay here and wait. Wait your silly little head off.
Charles, you're resorting to sarcasm again. No wonder they won't give you more important assignments. Successful angels do not use sarcasm. Sometimes I wonder how you got your wings.
I know. It's a weakness of mine, Arthur.